Greetings, Ian from RTO here. Hope you're all well. Welcome to a new album review. Now, the album in question is this one, Sundowners, from The Answer. It was released last week on St Patrick's Day, and because they're from Northern Ireland, and why not? They're actually from the band are from two places which I know very, very well. One is Newcastle and the other is Downpatrick in County Down. Now I know that area quite well, of course, because that's where Mastermind Dave comes from, and I've spent many a good time in that part of the world, and it's a beautiful part of the world. So if you ever want to go somewhere that's nice with lots of nice scenery, County Down in Northern Ireland is a good place to go. So they first achieved success with that great debut album Rise. Sold over 30,000 copies here in the UK, 10,000 in Europe in one day, Japan 100,000 worldwide, and this, the Sundowners, is their first album in 6 years since Solace. Now the band haven't changed. It's still Cormac Neeson on the lead guitars, Paul Mahan on guitar, Mickey Waters on the bass, and James Heatley on the drums. Four friends that still rock. Pretty cool. And I think they look great now. They've gone from this boyish looking band to this mature rock band. I mean, I think Cormac Neeson looks the ultimate rock singer now, with his beard and his long hair and his hat. He looks great. When he first came out, he looked like, he was only about 10, but he's looks the part now, and he's still got a fantastic voice. So the tracks on here opens up with Sundowners. Wow, what a track. It starts off with Paul's great riffing that we got on Rise. It's hooky, it gets you in. And then Cormac starts singing. It's just great. The drums from James. It's quite an atmospheric sort of rock track with lots of effects, and it really works. It's an absolutely brilliant opening track for the album. Second track on here is called Blood Brother. The bass line for Mickey, pretty good. And then you got the bass drum. I don't know what James done to it, but it sounds like he's hitting it with a rock. It's boomy, really catchy tune. They've gone back to that original sort of Answer sound, hooky, bluesy, gritty rock. Great track Blood Brother is. Then we get California Rust. Love Cormac's vocal on this one. He's singing as strong as he was on Rise. The riffs are great, they are catchy, and then you get this lovely little groovy bass line from Mickey, still pumping out the great bass lines that we all love. Great track. And then the fourth track on here is called What You Do, What You Two Love Me. I probably wrote it down wrong, knowing me. Great drum start from James. Drumming's as good as ever. The driving riffs from Paul, and a long belting vocal from our Cormac. Great track. Then we get Oh Cherry. There's some harmonica on this from Cormac. Great bass line from Mickey. And James on the drum. The engine room of The Answer is as strong as ever. It's a brilliant track. Then we get No Salvation. Again, we got some harmonica on it. It's a little bit more gentle. Cormac's really good. I mean, we reviewed his solo album last week, that more country style, and this guy's got such a voice range. He can sing hard rockers, blues, country, and it's all solid stuff. Then we get a really catchy rock track called Cold Heart. tap your feet to it, it really starts giving you that. And that's what I love about this band. And it's a great vocal from Cormac. Then we get All Together Now, and just a really solid rock song from The Answer. Solid, does what it says on the tin. Then we get a track called Get On Back. Now, the start of this, it's got this real distorted bass line from Mickey. Absolutely tremendous. Then you get this great drum beat from James. The riffs are there from Paul. Cormac singing is electric on this. Then we get Livin On The Line, my favourite track on this album already. It's turning out to be one of my favourite tracks by The Answer, and they've had so many great tracks. And it's got a great groove. Paul's riffs are just brilliant, and I love this track. Play it to death. And then the last track, Always Alright. Now this is a slower track. After this, some real heavy stuff. We've got this nice gentle track, and Cormac singing is lovely, and I like this a lot because he's a great singer, very underrated singer from a very underrated band. It's a great album. So after the disappointing Solace in 2016, where they sort of experimented, and I didn't think it worked. I think I put it bottom of the pile in my ranking, but this is back to form for The Answer. This is why I got into this band. This sort of music, the grinding bass line, the boomy drums, the fantastic vocals, the strong riffs. This has got some great tracks on here, and The Answer are back, and they're back strong. I have played this lot this week, and it's becoming a firm favourite of the year already. And I'm sure this was going to feature in the end of the year review. And after the disappointment of Solace, and if you were disappointed with that, go and check this one out, because if you like Rise, you're going to like this. This is an absolute killer album, and I certainly recommend it to anybody that's never heard it. So I'm going to give this a solid RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay then, I'll put some songs as usual in the playlist. Go and watch the video of when I ranked the albums. I'm sure this will probably turn up in a tier album ranking at some stage once I've given this a brilliant listen, because it takes me a little while and I don't want to do it now, but I do keep playing this album. I had it on yesterday afternoon when I come back from shopping while I was sorting out for the live stream last night, and I had it on because there was no one about. It was cranked up big time, and I played it on. I actually streamed it, and I played it. I've got 3 Alexa, so it is all round the flat. Wherever I was going, I've got The Answer booming out. Okay, that's not all for this week, because tomorrow myself and Mr. McCook are coming to do something, and it's a little bit different tomorrow. We've always been doing the best of, our favourite albums. So tomorrow is a top 10 of disappointing albums from our favourite artists. A little bit different, and it should be a lot of fun. So that'll be out sometime tomorrow. I need to get it done before the ladies Six Nations start. So lots of rugby on this weekend, lots of sport as ever. So join me for that. If not, I will see you. You may see me Sunday. If everything goes well, there may be a little tier ranking, and I'm not saying who it is. But if I get everything done, there'll be a tier ranking. If not, we'll be back on Monday with Ronnie Wood solo albums, request from my mate Lee, who said, would you do the Rolling Stones members solo stuff? We've done Mick Jagger, and now we're going to have a look at Ronnie Wood. And the classic album on Monday will be a brilliant album from the Mamas and Papas, their debut album, which was called If You Can't Believe Your Ears and Eyes. And if you don't remember one, it's the one where they're all sitting in the bathtub. So bye for now. See you all tomorrow when Richard and I will be at it again. Bye.